Thank you everyone for coming here today again. My name is Karen Dixon. I have a background in education. I'm going to talk to you about what's happening in every nursing home across Canada. Today it is our parents. Tomorrow it may well be yours. In the famous words of Mahatma Gandhi, the true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members. We are a voice for those desperate to be heard, residents, families, and staff. We have always known that our most vulnerable members of society are at greater risk from any outbreak. Tried and tested protocols were already in place in nursing homes for outbreaks. But we have all been told that they weren't enough. We were told extreme measures would need to be put in place to protect our elderly from this particular virus. In reality though, COVID-19 has proved to be no more deadly than seasonal flu. Even in our elderly population. Information about proven treatment for COVID-19 is also being withheld. And in care homes, there is a far greater and unreported tragedy. The COVID-19 restrictions in force in care homes have been far more lethal than this virus. Families are being denied access to their loved ones. Doctors are being denied access to their patients. Our elderly are being denied access to required medical care. The loss because of this is catastrophic. Why has the government failed and is continuing to fail those in care? Why has living been reduced to mere existence for those in care? How on earth did protection for our loved ones become prison? If we can address what's happening in care facilities, I believe we can resolve this entire viral crisis. It's time to speak to the elephant in the room. So I'm going to use the F word. Don't panic, I know there's children in the audience. I'll save that one for the COVID inquiry when this is all over. But let's talk about what the F word actually is for 2020. The F word is fear. Fear is what's paralyzing our professionals from speaking out. That is a fact. David and I have heard from many of them in confidence. But guys, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time for fright or flight. The fight to truly save those in care is long overdue. Thousands of healthcare professionals across the world are finally going public with the truth. But only a handful have done so here in Canada. This week in Ottawa, MPP Randy Hillier spoke out to address just this point. He asked the question as to why Canadian health professionals are not coming out to defend us, when across the globe others are speaking out. Here is that four-letter word again. Fear. Fear that if they speak out, it may result in an investigation by their regulatory board and their license may be threatened. It is the same fear we are hearing from staff in care homes who know that what is happening is wrong. That same fear is silencing teachers, even though they know what is happening to our children is wrong. But the time for silence is over. Remember, we will all be held to account for our actions and our inaction when this is over. We know that there is a crisis of conscience for the best in our healthcare system right now. That's better, now I've put my glasses on properly. But we ask every professional, every health professional in Canada to reflect on the guiding principles of your profession. In essence, you are asked above all to care for your patients, to promote their health and alleviate their suffering, and to inform your patients correctly, even under pressure. And for pressure, I'm going to bring back that word again, fear. You pledge you will not use any medical knowledge for practices that are against the best interests of humanity. Health professionals have collectively spoken out across the world against what is happening in Germany, the US, the globe. Your peers in Belgium, thank you, someone's just reminded me, have openly stated that the current government measures are forcing them to act against their Hippocratic Oath. That is a terrifying reality. We understand that residents and families are also terrified to come forward for fear of repercussions. But many families are now taking to social media with graphic videos and photographs of their loved ones' physical and mental deterioration. One lady in care has begged her daughter for euthanasia rather than live life in endless isolation. What we are about to tell you next comes from first-hand experience. Those in care are actually calling out in desperation, help me, please, and I am in fear. These pleas are now frighteningly commonplace. As family members, we have actually been instructed by senior management not to communicate with other residents or families. Why is all communication and avenues of support being actively discouraged? This has never happened before. David and I promise you all, here and now, we have not and will never ignore a cry for help. It is why we are here today.